Aloha Leos, happy birthday. I'm here to do your monthly reading for the month of September 2018. So today we have a little special treat. I haven't done this for a while. I've done it a little bit on the daily readings, but not to the degree that I'm going to do it today. But you're going to get answers to 3 of your questions. So what I want you to do, you can either pause the video now, or when I get to the point of answering the questions, you can pause it just before I share the answers to the questions. So what I want you to do is come up with 3 questions that you are looking for an answer to. And these are going to be answers, not like some big, long, drawn-out, complicated thing, but pretty simple. Like yes, no, time questions sometimes are great. What is the energy around this particular thing? Is it in my highest and best interest to do this thing? Those are the type of questions that would be great to ask. So I'll be getting answers for you to 3 of those questions. And I'd love for you to share below, if you're willing to, what your questions were and how or if the answers resonated with you or what resulted from that. And then at the very end of the video, I'm also going to share with you a little bit more information about my space communication and clearing process, like what I actually do when I talk to a home and clear a home energetically. I do remote clearings, and so I'm going to share with you a little bit about that. And there is a special offer that I'm doing this month, and so all of that information, I've got a little video at the very end that you'll see, and then I also have that, of course, in the description below. So there's always links there. If you don't want to watch that piece of it, you can jump down below to get that link. So let's go ahead and get started. Super excited. All right, so your theme for this month is the 10 of Air. Air cards are about the head, about the intellect, about what's going on upstairs, right? And this really is a sort of a coming out of the forest card, meaning the end of difficulties. So you maybe have had a little bit of a rough road this summer, or maybe even longer than that. And now the difficulties are wrapping up, right? So things are going to smooth out for you. Things are going to get better. This is a beautiful time to embrace change, okay? Because change is a good thing, right? We want to embrace that change. This can also be about recovering from some sort of addiction. So it can be, a normal type of addiction. When you say addiction, people think of, drugs or alcohol, caffeine, smoking, different things like that. But it can also be like an addiction to a way of showing up. Like where you maybe are looking at the worst aspect of things, and now you are now looking towards the best of what's happening. Or it could be about an addiction to drama, right? And letting go of that addiction to drama and invoking peace in your life, peace and joy and ease into your life, right? Or it could be something like sugar. For me, that's been something that I have had an issue with, pretty much all my life. I've been addicted to sugar, I feel like. And so I really have that sense now that I've shifted things, that I don't crave it like I did. I still enjoy a piece of dark chocolate, right? But I don't crave it like I was craving it before. And I think it's in large part to me shifting my diet, right? And so I'm doing the plant paradox, if any of you have heard of that, the plant paradox diet. And it's not really, I wouldn't say it's even a diet, it's a new way of eating, right? And so I've done a number of different things. I've done paleo before, I've done a number of different things. I've been gluten-free for a long time. But this plant paradox, the recipes in the book, there's actually a cookbook by Dr., what's his first name? I can't remember. Grundy is the last name. But there's lots of great recipes, and I have no affiliation. I've just been doing it and I enjoy it, and the recipes are awesome. So just sharing that with you. I'm not sure why, but there's always a reason for everything, right? So maybe some of you are needing to shift your diet. All right, let's see what we've got happening for you guys this month before we get into answering those questions. All right, so we've got the 3 of Earth coming in. I always read the Three of Earth. You know, of course, Earth is about how you make your money and what you need to do to be here on Earth, to be grounded. I always read this as about creativity and collaboration. So it is about bringing your unique creative gifts in, but then also collaborating with others. So it's not about doing it on your own. It is about connecting with others. So that teamwork is going to be rewarded in the month of September. That's going to be really, really good for you. And then just anything that you can do to be creative is going to be a great thing for you this month. You may get some kudos, some recognition for some of this, and that is a beautiful thing, right? We love that. And then you have another Earth card coming in, which is the Page of Earth. And this is great news about finances. So yay! Some of you are jumping up and down because you've been waiting for this. It's also that essence of like a little bit of you know, what's the word I want to use? It's like not quite being happy with where you are. A little bit of, they're not pulling in the word. What's the word, angels? But it's, you're wanting to do something more challenging, right? So you're in this space of like wanting to try something new, wanting to do something more challenging. So I see you studying something new. And it feels to me like it's books, like you're actually going to read a book or you're going to study in that way. And books nowadays could be, you know, online, where you're reading something online, or, you know, reading on your Kindle or whatever too, right? But I'm seeing words on a page is essentially what I'm seeing. So you may be absorbing the information in different ways, but that's what I'm seeing around that. So pay attention to whatever books you're guided to, pay attention to, you know, the topics that interest you, and then, yeah, reach out and start learning. This is the month. Back to school, right? September, back to school. All right. And then we have the Hermit coming in, which is Archangel Raziel. And this is quiet time, right? This is time to be more going within and really spending time in self-discovery, right? And focusing on yourself. So it's that inward focus. And it's really beautiful time to do that, even after the retrograde. So Mercury retrograde is, you know, concluded in August, but in September, we still, I believe, have some planets in retrograde, and I think it's always a beautiful time, right? Anytime is a good time to go within, and this is the message that you're getting this month, is about that spiritual teaching and about going within. Okay, so I am going to do your questions now. So if you haven't written down your questions, I encourage you to write them down. So you remember, like, this is question 1, 2, and 3, and then you can see what the answers are and write the answers next to them, right? So I'm going to do your questions. While, just in case you haven't written your question down yet, I'm going to jump ahead and actually give you your animal totem for this month. And your animal totem for this month is the bear, which is all about boundaries. So this is really, you know, a time to stand your ground, to stand up for yourself, right? Beautiful energy around like owning your power, and you think of like the mama bear is standing up, you know, and takes care of her babies and that type of thing. So stand your ground. That's the other message that's coming through. Okay, let's do the questions now. Let's see what answers you're getting this month. I love when I was asking, I actually thought I was going to do a romance reading this month, and they're like, no, you're doing questions. I'm like, oh, yippee. It's always fun for me. Always fun. Oops. And some of them want more than one card, so we just kind of go with the flow with that too. All right. So let's just do it in order here. Question 1. So the answer to your first question is look for a sign. They are sending you signs, and this is something that we just really need to be aware of and pay attention to the signs and nudges that we're getting, because they're always communicating with us. And when I say they, I'm talking about your spiritual team. Each one of us has a spiritual team of angels and guides. These can be ascended masters, they can be all, sorts of people on our team, loved ones that have transitioned, but they, as a collective, are sending you signs. They're helping you on your path and on your journey. One thing that I'll do is, and I'm going to actually, I'll write myself a note about that now, because otherwise I'll forget, right, is I will put a link to the signs. I have a whole video that I did with Kara Gubbins, Dr. Kara Gubbins, and I did a series on signs, symbols, and synchronicities. It was all part of the Intuitive Tuesday series, and there's a great video there that shows you, like, explains to you what are the signs, what are signs, how do we see them, that type of thing. So I'll share that information with you too. So watch for the sign around the answer for that. Okay, your second question, you need to let go. You need to let go of this. So what does that mean? It means, it can have a number of meanings, but I always take this as surrendering, right? And letting go and letting God. And so it's that essence or that energy of not being attached, right? Because when we're so attached to things and when we're trying to hang on so tight, that's when they don't work out well. So you really do need to let go. And sometimes letting go means walking away. It might mean letting go of the situation, walking away, that type of thing. But this is really going to resolve within the next few weeks if you are able to fully let go. So it's going to resolve for you within the next few weeks, or you'll have, your answer, a clear answer in the next few weeks. Beautiful. All right. Question number 3. Take action. So if this was a yes or no question that you were asking, to me, take action is a yes. So this is about moving forward. This is like, yes, you need to take some action. You need to jump in here. You've got to physically do something, okay? So this isn't about sitting on your hands or waiting. You've got to take action. So if you're asking about your beloved, like, when am I going to meet my beloved? Well, you've got to take some action around that, right? You can't be just sitting on your couch eating potato chips. You've got to get out there. You've got to meet people, right? So put yourself out there. Go do things that you enjoy. Beautiful energy. I love this reading for you guys. Stay tuned for the next video that's going to give you more information about my space communications and clearings. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button in the corner. Make sure to also click on the bell so that you get notified when I post new videos. I do new videos on a daily basis, not as much around the time that I'm doing the monthlies. I usually take a few days break around that time. But I do daily videos that are really short messages. It's like 5 minutes or less typically, and it just gives you a quick message for the day as well as an affirmation. So I do those on the daily, I do these on the monthly, and then once a week I do Feng Shui Fridays. So I have information on Feng Shui tips, all kinds of different things, and those are all in a playlist called Feng Shui Friday as well. So if you want to go back and watch the older ones, it's a really easy way to do that. So have an amazing, amazing month. Much love to you. Aloha, it's Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji. Did you know that I am a space whisperer? Yes, it's true. I can talk to your home. I also can energetically clear it, and I do this on a remote basis. So today I'm sharing with you a little bit more information about space communications and clearings, how that all works, and how you can benefit from this. So let's start with, why. Why do we clear a home? Why does it need to be cleared, right? Our homes collect stuck energy just like they do dust and dirt. So anytime there's an argument in the space, or you're feeling really depressed or lonely, or maybe even in a lot of pain from health issues or different things like that, that leaves an energetic blueprint in your space. So it basically leaves that, as if you sat in a chair and you got up and there's like a little print of you, right? So that energy, that lower vibrating energy, leaves a footprint or leaves sort of residue. You can think of it as kind of energetic dust, if you will, leaves that in your space. So we want to be clearing that out, and there's a number of different times when it's important to clear a space. If you are moving into a new home, that's an excellent time to do it because you don't know what happened prior to you moving in. You don't know what arguments occurred there. Oftentimes people are very stressed out when they're moving, so there's probably a lot of stress. Even if it's a new home that's been built, all the different people who worked on that home and the different moods and things that they were in when they were working on your home is in that space, right? So that's a great time to clear the space. Another time is after you've had a party or a lot of company in the space, right? That is a really excellent time to be clearing the space because people are leaving their energetic footprint in your home. Anytime there's an argument in the space, if you have an argument with your child or your spouse, that's a really excellent time to clear. If people are having trouble sleeping in the home, this is a great time to clear it as well because sometimes the energy is just off, or again, that sort of not positive energy that's hanging in the space can impact our sleep. Also, sometimes people do have actual spirits in their home, right? You hear about the Ghostbusters, right? And so sometimes we do have spirits in the home, and particularly for the young ones that are more connected spiritually or more open spiritually than we are as adults. If your children are having nightmares, that would be a great a sign that you need to clear your space. So what do I do when I do a space communication and clearing? So just to clarify, I do this as a package, and there's a reason for that. The reason that I do it together is because the two things really complement each other and allow more shifts to occur when I do them together than when I do them separately. So I do a space communication and clearing. So the first thing that I do is I clear actually each level of the home. And that includes all of the different rooms, and I'm doing this remotely, but it's really super powerful. In fact, I'm beginning to understand that the remote clearings are even more powerful than the ones that I do in person. So I clear each room of the home, all of the levels, and then so that's the inside, the interior, but then I also do the exterior of the home as well. So around the home I clear that energy as well. So I kind of start with that. And then I also anchor the space with 4 angels. Typically it's 4 different angels, but sometimes there might be one angel that's going to anchor one whole side of the space. But so there's 4 angels that I call in to anchor the space, and they will have messages for you as well, right? So messages, things that you need to know about at that particular time. I also then place the home, and so the blueprints, the plans, into an energy ring. And what this does, and this is typically the home or the plans are in there for at least 24 hours. I've had them in as long as 4 or 5 days, depending on what, how deep a clearing needs to happen and kind of what's going on energetically. And I just follow the guidance about how long it needs to stay in the energy ring. And this energy ring is a way to create sort of a positive vortex around the entire home, and to really, it really helps clear the home as well. Okay, so that's part of what I do with the clearing aspect of things. And I often get messages when I'm doing the clearing, or I'll have questions for you about, oh, what's going on in this area of the house, right? Because I'm feeling really stuck energy in that part of the house, that type of thing. And then I also communicate with your home. So I actually open up a conversation with your home. I find out what your home's name is. I'll get a little bit of information about their personality as I'm speaking with them, because our homes do have an energetic personality, right? And So you will get a little bit of information about that. And then I also ask your home, what does it need for it to support you in the things that you want to be, do, and have in your life? So I open up that communication channel, and it's amazing some of the stuff that comes through. I've had homes tell me that they want their windows washed so that they can see more clearly. I've had homes ask for flowers to be brought in, all kinds of different things. And homes definitely do have a personality to them. Some are very persnickety, some are very laid back, some are very loving. It's, you know, it's a different energy each one has. So you receive, when I do a space communication and clearing, what you get is you'll get actual action steps to raise the vibration, the energetic vibration of your home. You'll also get the angel messages from those angels that are anchoring your space. You'll get a 30-minute recorded call with me where I share the information and the things that I found in the communication and the clearing. Sometimes I ask additional questions, and then you also get a summary of the communication and clearing. So all of these beautiful things that you get with this particular package. And the clearings help in a number of different ways. As I mentioned, if you or your children are having trouble sleeping, this would be a great option. If you are needing to clear some spirits or ghosts out of your home, that's always a great option to help with that. I can't tell you how many different clients that I've worked with children where we've been able to get them sleeping well again using this, as well as some feng shui techniques as well. If you're trying to sell your home, a great aspect is to clear it, right? So clear your energy out so the new owners can feel their own energy in the space. And then clearing any past negativity to give you a fresh start, right? So that's a beautiful, beautiful thing that you can do. And of course, anytime that you're changing your home, moving to a new home, or had construction in your home, that's also a beautiful time to do that. So that is what the space communication and clearing, also known as space whispering in some portions of my website, is all about. That's what that is about. I have a special that I'm offering for September, 20% off space clearings and communication. So that's a package deal, a space clearing and communication. Use the coupon code CLEAR, and that will save you 20%, which essentially saves you about $44. You can also use this if you want to gift this to someone. So this would be a great thing for realtors if you are needing to give your clients a gift as they sell their, as they either sell their home or purchase a new home. This is an amazing, beautiful gift that you can give them. And I have gift certificates, and the gift certificate coupon code is CLEARING. So for the actual consult for yourself, it's CLEAR is the coupon code, and then for gift certificates, it's CLEARING. And all the links to all of that are below, so I'm looking forward to assisting you with space communications and clearings, and I'm sending you much, much love and light. Aloha.